Huss employees, families, partners, and friends alike, my name is Shannon Oliver.
And my name is Katori Kay, and we are elated to welcome you to Trucker Huss's 40th anniversary virtual celebration.
2020 has been a trying and difficult time in all areas of life, be it professional, communal, or personal. Everyone has had to re-examine how they interact in order to create a safe and healthy environment, and our Trucker Huss team has been no exception.
Right, Shannon. So when the 40th anniversary planning committee made the decision to not have an in-person event, we knew it would be the best choice for public safety, although it was not aligned with our expectations at the beginning of this year. However, considering the significance of this year, we knew something still had to happen.
That's right, Katuri. The committee re-examined and structured a new plan to keep the show going. And the result is this 40th anniversary event.
So to all viewing this celebration, be it from San Francisco, Los Angeles, Miami, or even Kalamazoo, get ready for a walk down memory lane as we celebrate the first 40 years of Trucker Huss. Well, we don't want to belabor this moment any longer. On behalf of Shannon and myself and the rest of the Trucker Huss team, we want to welcome you again to our 40th anniversary virtual celebration. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to celebrate with us. Happy 40th anniversary. Now on with the show. Well, hello, my name is Katori Kay, and I'm here with the founder of Trucker Huss, Mr. Lee Trucker. How are you, Lee?
Just fine, thank you.
First, I want to say congrats and happy 40th anniversary. That is an amazing accomplishment. Can you kind of walk me through what was in your mind 40 years ago in establishing a one-stop ERISA shop?
I had practiced law for 10 years in the East, and I moved to San Francisco, got married, and worked for a large firm for a year or two. And I just, for the first time in my life, I decided to go out on my own, which I had never thought of doing before. I went out on my own, and my vision, I guess, my optimum vision was a 10 or 12 person ERISA employee benefits firm. That was like, wow, that would be fantastic. And in a couple of years, I joined a luncheon group. I was asked to join an ERISA study luncheon group. And Brad was in that group. It turned out my wife, Penny Cohen, was also. And a few years after being in that group, Brad expressed an interest of coming in with me. And he had been a partner in a very fine older firm that was failing, I think. And I thought, great. So Brad came in. And then a few years after that, I don't know how many years, 2, 4 maybe, Charlie Stork, who was then a major partner in the ERISA field at Pillsbury, Madison Sutro, labor management trust fund work. Charlie actually asked me to lunch, and I knew Charlie, known Charlie a little bit. I knew he never ate lunch, so I couldn't figure that out. But so Charlie invited me, and Brad and I met with him, and Charlie expressed an interest in coming in. And Charlie came in. And then 2 years after that, I think, Charlie indicated that Barbara Creed, who was one of the nationally best known benefits lawyers in the country, was the head of Pillsbury's 20 to 25 person benefits firm, expressed an interest in maybe coming in with us. And with that, with Brad, with Charlie, with Barbara, then it really grew over time. And that's how we got to be this size. I think another thing that really helped us greatly was that we were willing to expand into all areas of benefits. We did public work, private work, corporate work, a labor management trust fund work. So we were an executive comp. So we were doing in health plan work. So as the field expanded, I think we expanded with it, and that greatly helped us also.
Happy 40th anniversary to Trucker Huss. I've been with the company for about 20 years, half that time, and it's been a great ride. I love the community, and we do great work, and I so appreciate having been part of this team. So happy anniversary.
My name is Shannon Oliver, and I'm here with named partner of Trucker Huss, Brad Huss. How are you today, Brad?
Doing very good, Shannon. Thank you.
Walk me through how you and Lee became partners and how the partnership grew into what it is today.
I first met Lee back about 1980. ERISA had just become fully effective in 1977, and there were a number of younger lawyers at that time trying to figure out how to cope with this, fairly major new law. So we formed a study group, and one of the other persons in the study group knew Lee, which turned out he was actually working the same building I was, but I had never met him. So we put together the study group, which went on for quite a number of years. And Lee actually met his wife, Henny, through the study group, and we all became good friends. And I was with a different firm at that time. And Lee and I talked for several years about maybe we should go in together and form our firm. And so eventually I decided that's what I wanted to do. So I called Lee one day and said, hey, let's put our practices together. Lee had a firm already going at that time. So I came over with Lee, and that's really how the current formation of the firm got started. We were small then, but we started to grow, and then eventually we brought in Charlie Stork, a senior lawyer with a large practice, and then we also later brought in Barbara Creed, who had been partners with Charlie in his prior firm, and they brought a number of clients with, and that was middle of the 1990s, and then we've been lucky to continue to grow and build a successful firm since that time.
Trucker Huss. I wanted to extend my happiest wishes to Trucker Huss on its 40th anniversary. I've been with you 15 years. I hope I'm there 15 years more. I have a few friends here who would like to send their greetings.
Hi there. It's Margarita Fernandez, and I am wishing Trucker Huss a happy 40th anniversary. I am in my retirement in Barcelona. Woohoo! I had 6 great years at Trucker Huss.
Steve Simon here. I had 26 great years at Trucker Huss. I'm enjoying my retirement in the very wet Northwest up in Olympia, Washington. I miss you all. I wish I could come see you. And so my affection and love for all of you. And I really miss everyone at Trucker Huss. Although I have to tell you, it's lovely being retired.
Yes, it is. I agree. Me too.
Happy 40th anniversary, Trucker Huss.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Happy 40th.
Hi, I'm Freeman Levinrad. I'm here with the famous Charlie Stork. Charlie, so tell me, what made you first decide to join the firm?
Well, it goes back to the fall of 1995 when I made a decision to leave Pillsbury Madison Sutro, where I'd been for 25 years, and look for another home for my multi-employer plan benefits practice. I wanted to find a Bay Area law firm where my multi-employer clients would be well served. I had known Lee Trucker for, back to the mid 80s at least, from the ERISA roundtable that he hosted at the Trucker Huss conference room at 456 Montgomery. So I knew that he had a good stable of multi-employer pension and welfare clients, and he was a skilled practitioner. Trucker Huss practice was limited to employee benefits, which was not always the case, but by 1995 it was, and his firm had an excellent reputation in the field. So I met with Lee first. I called him up out of the blue and said, let's have lunch, which he knew something was up because we'd never had lunch. So he and I did have lunch. I explained why I was leaving Pillsbury, what I was looking for, not to diminish my bargaining power in any way, but I basically said, as far as I'm concerned, Trucker Huss is the one and only firm in the Bay Area that I want to join. So we shook hands on it, and I then gave notice to Pillsbury and joined Trucker Huss on March 1st, 1996. And as they say, the rest is history.
Post. Macaulay Culkin. Ah!
Rubik's Cube.
Caddyshack.
Happy 40th anniversary, Trucker Huss!
America.
Hi, I'm Gisu Mehdi, and I'm here with Barbara Creed today. Barbara played a huge role in the first 40 years at Trucker Huss, and she continues to play a big role today, even though she made the decision recently to step back from her practice. And my first question to you today, Barbara, is what is your favorite memory at Trucker Huss that made you decide to join the firm?
Well, my story is that I was at the same big firm with Charlie Stork. And when I decided it was time to move my practice, I thought about all the possibilities and concluded the only thing I wanted to do was go to Trucker Huss. The employee benefits practice was a pretty small community those days. I used to go to the same meetings with everyone at Trucker Huss, and I knew them all, and they looked like they enjoyed each other's company, which was kind of a radical thing, I thought. So I took Charlie out to lunch and asked him when he decided to move his practice, how he went about marketing his practice. And we talked for a while, and he finally said, "Why do you ask?" And I said, well, then I told him what I was thinking about, and we talked a bit more. And then he said, well, would you ever consider coming to Trucker Huss? And I said, oh, well, let me think about it. And I called him back the next morning, and I think I talked to Lee that afternoon, and we got the deal done in record time, 3 or 4 days, I think. And that's my favorite memory of joining the firm. And then, of course, continuing with the firm was a wonderful part of my career and all of my professional associations with my friends and colleagues at Trucker Huss.
40th anniversary, Trucker Huss. Thank you so much for us crossing paths 15 years ago. And I built so many great relationships here, and I hope that they last, and I only have you to thank for that. So from my family to yours, much love and much respect, and cheers to 40 more years.
Thanks for the memory of things I can't forget.
We are halfway through our virtual event. I hope everyone out there is enjoying it so far. I know I am. But before we continue, I want to take a brief moment to introduce the other members of the 40th Anniversary Committee who helped make this amazing event possible.
Hi, everyone. I'm Freeman Levenrad, Trucker Huss class of 2013.
And I am Gisu Mehdi, Trucker Huss class of 2015. We are excited to bring this virtual event to you.
Okay, Gisu and Freeman, I don't want you guys to miss out on the interview fun. So my question to the both of you is, what is your most memorable moment at the firm?
Well, mine's not just one moment, but it's the annual Thanksgiving potluck that the firm does. It always feels like we really come together as a family, And also we have some great food on top of that.
So one of my favorite moments from my time at the firm has been when I first interviewed to be a summer associate in 2013. I met these really amazing women who came from diverse backgrounds and were in positions of leadership at the firm. And I felt like I could really see myself thriving at Trucker Huss. 5 years later, I know that I was right in thinking that Trucker Huss is a special place, and it's just been confirmed by my experiences at the firm so far. And what about you, Kateri?
Well, similar to you, Gisu, I have an interview memory. I joined the firm in 2011, and when I was interviewing, it was at our old building, which had these huge glass doors by the front door. So I would see all the employees walk in and out. And everyone that was walking in, I kid you not, they had a smile on their face and they were just enjoying themselves and having a good time. And I just knew that they were pretending for me because I was interviewing. Long story short, I got the job and nothing changed. People stayed pleasant. People stayed smiling. It was a very collegial environment. And to me, that was a testament to the type of place Trucker Huss has and will continue to be in the past 40 years and hopefully for the next 40 years.
That's amazing, Kateri. Well, I know everybody wants to get back to the event. On behalf of the committee, we thank you again.
Now, on with the show.
Hi, my name is Sandra Watkins, and I'm here with Ray Harrison. Ray, it's been 30 years. That's quite an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, being the longest employee there, share with me some of your fondest memories over like your past 3 decades.
I know when I first started, I was a temp. I was a temp receptionist. I came in because the receptionist that they had was on vacation. It was the very first temp job I had in San Francisco when I moved to San Francisco. I was there for a week. I left for another job. When the receptionist came back, they actually let her go. And they asked me to come back until they could find somebody. So I thought, well, sure, I'll come back. Just let me know. And so I was there for a couple months, and they came to me finally and said, we were kind of wondering if maybe you'd like to stay. And so I took that and I ran with it because I'd been there 30 years.
Right.
When I first started at the firm, it was really small. There was only like 4 or 5 attorneys. We had a couple secretaries, a paralegal that did everything. We had an office manager, a bookkeeper, and me. And I started working just as a receptionist. That's all I did. And then slowly the bookkeeper asked me to help him with stuff because he was doing all the client billing. He was doing everything. And so I said, sure. So I began to like enter the attorney's time for them. And because there was only 5 attorneys, it really wasn't that hard.
Oh, wow. Yes.
You know, and then after getting to doing that for a while, he kept giving me more things to do, like reports and the bank deposit and the cash report. And so I kind of have grown into my job as the firm's grown, because as over the years, we've gotten more attorneys, we've got bigger office space, we've moved, I think since I've been there, we've moved 3 times, and the firm has grown from 5 attorneys to like 30 plus attorneys.
Wow.
So my job kind of has grown as the firm has grown. And one of the things that I remember about the firm, that I like about the firm, is how they treat you, or they have treated me, as a member of the family. You know, they have been in my life for 30 years.
Right.
As the years have gone by, attorneys have come in as brand new, fresh out of law school attorneys, and now they're directors.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a really big swath of change over 30 years. And luckily, I've been there to experience all of it.
Happy anniversary, Trucker Huss. I'm so glad to be part of the Trucker Huss family. I knew when I walked in the door over 8 years ago, this is where I wanted to be. I can't wait to see what the next 40 years brings us. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Trucker Huss. It's been such a pleasure to be part of 17 of the firm's years, and looking forward to continued years of excellence and hoping for another 40 years. Happy anniversary.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Rano, and I'm here with the second and longest running employee at the firm, Joe Harrison. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm great this afternoon. How about you, Evelyn?
Good,
And
thank
I'm
you.
not only the second longest employee, but I'm probably the oldest, except for maybe one person in the firm. So
We're going to begin with a question. I have a quick question for you. What makes the firm different from other firms?
well, I don't know anything about any other law firms. I mean, I've worked since I was 14, so I've had a lot of different jobs. But Trucker Huss is the only law firm I've ever worked at. But I can tell you from having had all those other jobs, you get engaged in your work, you get satisfaction from your work almost anywhere you go. But it's the people you work with that make a huge difference. And I think Trucker Huss has the best group of people, and they always have. I mean, people have come in and people have left, but they've always been good people, and they've always engaged with everybody else in the firm. I mean, we kind of make a joke out of saying, it's the Trucker Huss family. It's kind of a cliche, but at Trucker Huss, that's real. I mean, I really feel like I'm part of a group that cares for one another, that looks out for one another. We celebrate one another. I mean, it's like we've had summer interns that have come in, and at the end of the summer have said, I can't believe how many celebrations you people do. We enjoy each other, and we like each other. And I don't think that's very typical in the work world, or at least it hasn't been in my experience before Trucker Huss. So Trucker Huss is just, it's set apart because of the people who work there and how they treat one another.
Hi, I'm Linda, Office Administrator at Trucker Huss. We have an important milestone this year, the founding of the firm 40 years ago by Lee Trucker and Brad Huss. I think it's a pretty incredible thing that its relevance, excellence, and reputation have been maintained at such a high level over these past several decades. So I would like to congratulate the entire Trucker Huss family and wish for its success and longevity into the future.
What is your wish for the firm for the next 40 years?
I think two things. One, I would hope that we would, I still say that we would continue to expand and grow in the practice, however the field may change, however it may lie. I mean, I can tell you that in the late 70s, early 80s, there was benefit legislation every year. And it was driving me crazy. And I finally said, Lee, either you accept it or you get out. And I decided I've got to accept that it changes. And I think the firm's had a really good attitude that way. The second thing I think, and more importantly, is that we keep having intelligence, people with intelligence, ability, and character in the legal staff, but also in the non-legal staff. We basically work together. There can be issues, there can be some conflicts, but I think generally in terms of legal staff, non-legal staff, we've been willing to work together to help each other out, to not be overly jealous about other people's ascensions. And I think that's really critical, that we help each other out, we all work together, and we're all going to do well.
I hope the firm will continue to grow and prosper as we have for the last 40 years. I'm sure we will do that. We have a lot of younger lawyers who are excellent lawyers, very good at what they do. They take good care of our clients and keep them happy. And they are good at business development as well. So we look to having newer clients come in and keep working and helping our existing clients. So I think we have very good prospects to grow the firm in the future. 4 years ago, we opened an office in Los Angeles as well as our head office in San Francisco. That's something we had thought about and wanted to do for several years, and we ultimately did that. Hopefully we can grow further in Southern California and expand into other parts of California as well. Our practice is national in nature. We have clients all over the country. So who knows, maybe we'll branch outside of California and reach out into some other states as well. I do have one story I'd like to tell. About 10 years ago, I was talking to a client. Well, they're a client now. They wanted to thinking about hiring us then, and they asked me essentially the same question: what's the future of your firm? We want a long-term relationship. And I told them part of what I dreamed about for the firm was to have my grandsons come to San Francisco and see a law firm with the name Trucker Huss on the door. And well, the grandsons have already been here. So my hope for the future is my great grandkids can come to San Francisco and see a law firm with the name Trucker Huss on the door. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
And what's your wish for the firm for the next 40 years?
First of all, to attract, develop, and maintain a cadre of highly skilled attorneys who are recognized as such by peers, clients, and prospective clients. And that's, I think, always been a strong suit for the firm. Secondly, within the employee benefits practice area, which is a niche practice in one respect, but it covers a lot of territory in another, is to maintain a broad and diversified subset of specialties, which will help the firm keep an equally broad and diversified set of clients. Cultivating a camaraderie and spirit of cooperation and cohesiveness amongst all the personnel in the firm. That has always been a hallmark of the firm, and it's what has made, I think, this a really, truly wonderful place to work. Last but not least, to develop and reward individuals who manifest superior leadership skills and the ability to foster an inclusive work environment for all employees. So, as far as I'm concerned, the essential ingredients are all there right now. And it's just a question of how well those ingredients are blended together down the road will determine the firm's future. So all I can say is Godspeed and good luck.
What I would wish for is that they have many, many more new employee benefits lawyers who are leaders in their profession and wonderful colleagues, and lawyers who understand that advising plan sponsors to do how to comply with our complicated laws is a way of serving those who are the beneficiaries of the plan. And that's what I wish for Trucker Huss for the next 40 years. Great success.
What would be your wish for Trucker Huss for the next 40 years?
Well, I probably won't be around for the full 40. My wish would be that I'm still here for a while. I don't know. I think my wish would be that the firm continued to grow. We have an office down in a group down in LA now. It'd be nice if that group became bigger. I mean, the group down there is kind of how it was when I first started up here. And so it'd be nice if that got bigger, and maybe even a presence over on the East Coast, and that way we would have other offices, a lot more attorneys, a lot more staff, and being able to impact the employee benefits field more than we do already.
I've been there since 2000, although I haven't been an employee. I think I'm 19 years as an employee, but they've gone so far. The next 40 years should see a phenomenal growth. And I'd like when they grow, if they grow as big as we have now, if they just double again, I wish they'd keep the same attitude toward all the employees, everybody in the firm, that 40 years from now, somebody will be able to sit down and say, Trucker Huss is one of the best places to work because of the people that work there. And that's what I wish for.
Well, it's me again, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed our virtual celebration event. I want to shout out Lee, Brad, Ray, Joe, Barbara, and Charlie for taking the time to share their 40 years of reflection with us. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank our team of directors, associates, counsels, secretaries, IT, staff, interns, employees, clients, and our friends who have contributed to making the firm the amazing place that it has become over the past 40 years. Trucker Huss continues to be recognized for excellence in ERISA and employee benefits, and we could not achieve all of this without all of you. So this virtual event is our way of saying thank you. Stay safe and cheers to 40 years. Happy anniversary, Trucker Huss.
Happy anniversary, Trucker Huss. It's been 40 years. It's been great. I couldn't imagine going through the time I've been through with anybody else. It's been terrific, and I really appreciate everybody.
I also want to say happy 40th anniversary, Trucker Huss.
Happy 40th.
Yes, absolutely. Happy 40th.
Happy 40th anniversary to all of us.
This is great. Yeah, there's another cake in our future. You know that,
right?
Another cake somewhere.
Happy 40th anniversary for us, and we're looking forward to the next 40th, which will be the 80th anniversary. So thank you.
Sure, and I second that. Happy 40th anniversary, Trucker Huss.
Happy 40th, Lee Trucker. You've done a good job. Here's to 40 more years.
Thank you much, Lee. I feel really young. You saying that.